What brings you to Ipswich, sunny downtown Ipswich?
I live in this lovely town.
You do?
Yep.
Have you lived here all your life?
I went to school here,
But you weren't born here?
born at the RBH in Brisbane.
Right. Why
Yeah.
did you go to school in Ipswich?
Mum grew up in Harrisville, which is about 20 minutes west of Ipswich,
Uh-huh.
and the grandfather knocked the farmhouse down and rebuilt it in 1947 in East Ipswich at a cost of £5,000, I think,
Yeah.
back then. And of course, growing up here, sent me to the best Catholic schools.
Right.
Yeah.
Did that help?
Yeah, it helped in many different ways.
Yeah. You grew up a nice Catholic boy?
Oh, yeah, well-rounded. Obviously, when you finish schooling,
Yeah.
obviously being a teen,
Yes.
you revert away from.
Yes. You reject all that?
Yeah,
That you did?
and then you go out, discover the
Yes.
world, and I've got friends who are Buddhists,
Yes.
friends who aren't, friends who are this, friends who
Yes.
are that.
Yeah.
I moved out of home at 16 and went off to live in Bowen Hills in the city,
Yeah.
and lived in all sorts of manner of houses, and then moved to Sydney and started the 1990s,
Yes.
and moved back and bought real estate in this town at the end of the 90s, around 96 way.
What did you do in Sydney?
I used to, moved to Sydney to play rock and roll, obviously,
Right.
and but to support the lifestyle, because there's no money in rock and roll, apart from the odd royalty check that still comes in, I was working at the Hyatt Hotel Corporation in downtown King's Cross.
Doing what?
All manner of things,
Yeah.
concierge, housekeeping, supervisor, front office,
And rock and roll at night?
and rock and roll at night, that's right.
You still rock and roll?
Occasionally.
And what do you do during the day?
During the day I work now for Disability Services Queensland
Doing,
as a direct support worker.
meaning you help
Meaning
people?
I'm a carer.
You-
People view it as a very cruisy job.
Yeah.
Obviously, you just do normal daily activities.
Right.
You wander around, you do the shopping, you go to the cinema, you go to the football,
Yeah.
you grab a car, you go for a drive, you have a picnic, you have a barbecue, you're sitting at home, you're watching videos. People think, gee, this is a pretty cruisy job.
Right.
But physically and emotionally,
Yeah.
it really is quite demanding.
Because you're constantly on...
You're constantly on alert, and you're constantly on the search for behaviours and modifying behaviours. Well, I've been married.
Yes.
I'm yet to have the divorce go through the court system.
You don't have to do... I mean, people seem to have divorce as a matter of course now.
Yeah, it's just extra paperwork, isn't it?
You should do that first.
Yeah, perhaps.
So you go through the divorce because it just didn't work out?
Didn't work out. It was a mutual sort of agreement. You know, we both kind of realised things weren't going the way we had. We had no children involved.
Do you know why you got married? Was it very clear that...
Well, we both thought it was a good thing to do for the family at the time.
Yeah. For your families?
Families.
As distinct from having children, family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife's my wife at the time, her grandfather was close to dying. My family had one of my sisters was killed, and both families had a lot of upheaval in it.
Right.
And we thought, if we
Yeah.
do this, maybe we could make the families happy. And of course, once a family gets word of a wedding, you can't slow it up.
Yeah.
You can't stop it. There's
It's an
no
express
stopping
train.
it. It's an express train. It's one way. It's
Yeah.
going to happen. Yeah. So it happened.
So it happened. How long
Yeah.
did it last?
It lasted about 7 years. Yeah. And I've got a lovely partner now. The ironic part is she has 2 children, and she's going through the family court system at the moment. So in my earlier decision not to have children to avoid any custody disputes, I find myself now in a custody dispute.
You're involved in it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you're her partner?
Yeah. Yes, this is not my ex-wife. This is my lovely new partner.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Hi, how you going?
My ex-wife was going out with shall I just call her Bronwyn instead of my ex-wife?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bronwyn was going out with Paul. And Bronwyn stopped going out with Paul and went out with me. And then Paul went out with Naomi.
And Paul was in the band? No.
He was in the support band.
In the support band?
They used to play at the
I
same
see.
venue.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was this whole...
Yes.
thing.
And then when did you meet again? I mean, you obviously went on with Naomi.
Bronwyn.
With Bronwyn.
Sorry, Bronwyn. I'm doing it now.
Yeah.
With Bronwyn to the altar.
Yeah, that's right.
No Naomi in the picture.
We'd sort of kept in contact, hadn't we?
Yeah, throughout the years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But there was
'cause
nothing going
I
on.
knew
Oh, no.
Nae's mum. I'd run into Nae's mum at the library.
Right.
She works at the library, and I always kind of know where she was. you
Right.
know.
They say that there's one person for each person, and
And that's how
this
you
is
feel.
us, yeah.
So because of that, it's probably going to be a little easier for you to go through what you're going through with the
Oh,
children.
look, I couldn't have gone through any of it had it not been for
And
Michael.
is the fight to have access, or is it about access?
No, it's about contact, and the girl's father lives in England, so it's not a straightforward case, and he keeps trying to make something out of nothing. So it's just this constant, ongoing battle.
How are the children dealing with it?
Uh,
I gather the
They're-
girl is older.
yeah, no, they're both girls,
They're
5
both
and
girls.
3. So they're both doing really well considering what they've gone through, and you've got your sort of normal separation anxiety, you know, and they see that, I mean, the father sort of is derogatory about Australia and us living here and that, so they get that conflict, you know, and it's a lot for them to deal with, really. So the typical scenario is you've got two little girls playing with Barbie dolls and all dressed up, and they said, "Look at Barbie, Mum." I said, "She's looking pretty swish. Where's she off to? Going shopping?" "No, she's going to court." So that's the difference, you know, that's
Yeah.
how you see it affect.
Was there a kind of a milestone meeting that changed everything?
The milestone meeting was Stuart abducted the children back to the UK.
Yeah.
And obviously, they'd bought the house and they were doing the house up when I was helping other friends and relatives renovate the house for Nae.
Yeah.
And after the girls were abducted, obviously I was the one of the main friends. I've known her for 11 years, and I was around her at that critical stage in her life. So after the kids were abducted, and that was around, she got to serve with divorce and custody papers and Christmas
Like 2
Eve.
weeks later.
2 weeks later, and I was there to support Nae, and obviously I'd broken up with my wife at the time, and we just ended up just
It was all the emotion of it,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yes, there was a lot of emotion around.
so we just ended up I ended up supporting Nae, and the
Because we've
rest.
always had this thing, you know, we've always sort of like looked at each other and thought, you know.
Yeah.
But, and then with all of the emotion that went on and
And then
everything else.
was there a first kiss? Must have been the first kiss.
Well,
There's always kisses.
Yes.
yeah, we could be incriminating ourselves.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. We just going past here. We're from SBS Television. This is your show.
Yes, my little shop.
And how long have you been here? It's a out of the way, it seems, from the central shopping area.
Well, I was made redundant
Uh-huh.
a few months ago, and I have always had small animals and always loved dogs and so
Yeah.
on and so forth. And there was only one other sort of shop in town, and I decided
Yeah.
I'd go back and do it. My grandmother used to have a shop back
Right.
in Denver, Colorado, and when
Yes.
I was a teenager,
Yes.
I used to get assigned
Yeah.
with the washing and the
Yeah.
odd clip and this and that, and I always enjoyed it. The name of her shop was Doggy Doos, by the way. And I
You
just-
didn't want to adopt
No,
him.
I didn't carry that on.
No.
So I decided I'd live up here in Ipswich. I
Yes.
moved up here about 3 years ago. My daughters and granddaughters are just down in Camino,
Yeah.
which is only 10 kilometers away. And so I was at a little bit of a loose end, and I thought, well, by golly, I'll take the plunge and
Yeah.
put together a little shop.
What were you made redundant from? What sort of work? What
I
kind
am
of
a custom photographic printer.
photographic printer?
Yes.
When you say
like
custom,
lab operator,
Right.
Making anything from duplicate transparencies to mural prints.
Right.
And what's happened is, like in so many other phases of industry, I've just become redundant. I've been replaced by a digital printer.
that would have been a bit of a shock.
Not really. I saw it coming.
Well, I mean, a shock in the sense that you wouldn't have been pleased about it.
No. I've been in decent, steady employment as a photographic worker for 35, 40 years. So, but it's just the nature of things.
Yes.
I had a long-term marriage that went belly up about 4 years ago as well. So Just when it comes your way, there's nothing you can do but ride it. You know?
So how are you coping with this completely different life? I mean, it's a totally different life.
I find it exhilarating and relaxing. I enjoy working with the animals, and it's a little bit scary. It's not as if I'm making any money. you know.
But I mean, but you're not a vet, so
No.
it's purely grooming and so forth.
Yes. Grooming and a little bit of sales of grooming supplies
Yes.
and bits and pieces. Yeah.
You're American. By the way. How did you end up in Australia?
Well, I've been here 32 or 3 years.
Did you just migrate?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure did. Came out with the assistant passage back in those days.
Why did you want to come to Australia?
Well, I don't know. What can I say? Where I went.
Change?
Well, just that I was almost of the opinion if America's the greatest place in the world, we're in big trouble. You know. And I'd always kind of had a thing in the back of my mind about wanting to come to Australia. And I had one daughter that was just 1.5 and another one at the time of coming over that was 6 months. And it was pretty obvious that if you didn't fulfill your dreams then, you were going to get locked into a lifestyle. And, you know, there's so many people that say, if only, you know. I mean, I've been here and been up and down like anybody else and just battling along. But I was speaking to a friend of mine back in Colorado a couple of months ago, and he made me laugh. You know, he said, "Al, you're a legend here." It's just ridiculous, you know. But
You're a legend for leaving and setting
yeah.
up pioneering a new country.
and actually going away and apparently making a success out of it.
Yes, that's what they heard. Yeah.
Make sure the feedback's right.
Do you actually go back and visit much?
No, I've only been back there twice in 30 years.
Yeah. So you feel Australianized?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I've still got the speech impediment. My little pal Max, he was a long-haired Chihuahua. He just died last Monday.
He was your pal.
He's my best friend.
What did he die of, old age?
Yeah, he had a congenital enlarged heart, and he had a bad turn about 10 weeks ago, and I took him to the vet. And I put him on intensive care, and then managed to get some Enalfor, I think it's called, which apparently improves the ventricle and the valve function in the heart. Sometimes it lasts for 2 years, and sometimes it lasts for 2 months, but it only lasted for 2 months.
Did you bury him in your own garden?
Yeah. Hard thing to do.
Yeah. Was it the first pet that you lost?
No, but it was.
Doesn't ever get easier.
It was my dearest.
Yeah? How long did you have him?
13 years.
Gee.
And he went to work with me every day.
Really?
He was my pal when everything went wrong. And,
Yeah.
You know, he was always there. But he died in my arms. That's my other old survivor.
This is your other pal.
That's Benny.
Are you going to replace Max? Are you going to have another dog?
Oh, it's a little early.
Too early.
Like Benny's 13, he's going to be next. But he's a dog. Max was a
person.
friend. Yeah. Max was really the brains of the outfit, I got to tell.
This is your cafe.
Yes, it is.
It's yours
Yes.
alone,
Yes.
and it's called Fed Up.
Fed Up.
Why is it called Fed Up?
Well, it's my husband and I that actually have this, and we moved to Ipswich about 18 months ago from Brisbane. And at the time, we were fed up with not actually being able to get a decent gourmet sandwich or something or other around town anywhere without having an a la carte meal somewhere. So here we are. So it's Fed Up.
How's it going?
Very well. Very well.
What's your? There is a style about the place. There is pictures on, nice pictures like paintings on
Yep.
the wall. There's all kinds of little artifacts and bric-a-brac. What was your kind of intention with it? What did you want to achieve?
Really just to make something sort of warm and welcoming and kind of homely for people that come in here. My husband's actually a chef by trade, so...
Does he work here in the kitchen?
Yes, he does, yep. I was born in Ipswich.
How are you?
I
you're
was
back home?
Yes, back
so
home.
you have a lot of people who know you here.
Well, you kind of lose track of people over the years, though. So, but originally from here.
Any enemies that are still
No,
here?
no enemies. Do I look like a person who has enemies? No enemies.
People might be jealous of you.
Well, maybe, I don't know. Moved to Brisbane.
Yeah.
Spent 8 years in Auckland, in New Zealand. And
Where did you meet Mr.?
in Auckland.
On that trip?
Yes, yeah. After I'd been there for probably about a year and a half, 2 years. So
How did that happen?
mutual friends, the whole set-up kind of thing.
He was set up.
Yeah.
Well, he obviously got it right.
Yeah, something we fought against for a long time.
Did you?
But we've been together for 15 years now and married for 8, so lived happily ever after kind of thing.
Your children?
2 children, 6 and 4, 2 girls, absolute angels. And
angels.
Yeah, angels.
Anybody think you were their mum?
Well, all babies are angels,
Yeah.
really, aren't
Yeah.
they? And then we moved out from Brisbane back out to here almost 2 years ago.
Do they both have blonde curly hair?
Yes. Strong gene in my family.
They look like you, miniature you.
Yeah. The girls are here in the afternoon helping us, clear the tables or whatever. Absolutely love it. But, other than that, it's pretty good.
What about, do you ever get snappy? Do you lose your temper?
No.
Does he, chef?
No.
He's not a typical
No, he's not one of those.
knife-throwing chef.
No, he's not. No, funnily enough. Because they usually are. No, he's good. Very good temperament. People love working for him, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it works out pretty well. What are the things that you're hoping for, in a slightly longer term?
To probably expand and bring more
To have a
of...
fed-up empire.
Yeah.
I'm on the way to see my doctor.
Your doctor.
Yeah.
I hope it's nothing serious.
No.
Something general. And then?
I'm heading off home to sort out for a youth group camp I got tonight.
What is that going to be? What's the...
Heading up to Mount Tambourine with my local youth group, Leichhardt Baptist.
Yes.
And I'm the youth group leader there, so I'm taking them up to Mount Tambourine for just a youth camp for the weekend.
So obviously this is an important part of your life?
Yes, it's main part.
Main part.
Yeah.
What other parts are there?
2 jobs.
2 jobs.
Family.
What are 2 jobs?
I work at Decor Blinds at Raceview and Girls Grammar just down the road as night manager for the gym.
Is this because you want to save up? Or you just like working?
No, it's a matter of having to work to survive sort of thing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You have a lot of commitments?
Yeah, quite a few.
What do you spend your money on, if I can ask? What sort of things?
Generally, debts and car.
Car. You like car?
Yeah, I like my car. I have Saturday free, that's it. Sunday I go to church.
Right. That's
And-
all day?
Not all day, but
But a lot of it.
I do a lot of church things on the Sunday.
And how did you get involved in that? Through your family?
Through my friends, actually.
Through your friends?
Yep.
Not your family?
No, I'm the only Christian in my family.
And the rest of your family?
No, they support me, but
Yeah. They don't have a particular...
no.
Right. What turned you onto it through your friends? What was it about your
It
friends?
was just, they seemed happier. They didn't have as many problems, and I mean, it's a weight off your shoulders knowing that there's someone up there looking after you. So,
Did you feel that there was, were there problems in your life that kind of made you
yes,
look
there
for
were, but it wasn't necessarily problems that made me look for it. It was just wasn't even a need.
Yes.
It found me more than
Right.
I found it. When I wasn't a Christian, I was sort of a hot-tempered person, so I
No,
don't
you're
have a
cool-tempered.
temper. Yeah, I don't necessarily lose my temper. I don't let anything get to me because,
Right. And you're used to it?
yes,
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah? And was it a gradual change?
No, well, yeah,
quick.
over a year, I suppose,
Yeah?
but not too gradual.
So you noticed, or did you consciously control your temper?
No, I noticed.
You noticed that it was happening?
Yeah,
Yeah. And you feel that was because you'd found something that you believed in,
yep.
and so things were less aggressive, less confronting
Becoming
to
a
you.
Christian was the best thing I've ever done.
Is there a downside in the sense that other people who don't believe in it, do they ridicule you? Do they make you feel?
Yeah, they do,
trying-
but
Yeah,
that's
okay.
not a downside to me. I mean, they ridicule you because you're different, but I'm different in a good way. I see it.
I'll take a $5 lucky dip.
Yeah, you don't, is this on your scratchy you're looking at, or you're looking at Lotto?
No, scratchy. I want to change my life right now.
Oh, okay. That could be it then.
Do you ever buy any yourself? Oh, that's a bad sign. Okay.
I don't buy them here.
Oh, you don't buy them here? Right. Okay.
There we go.
Thanks.
Could you just first
Okay. If I win, you don't take a percentage, do you? No. What do you reckon?
What's that?
Do you buy scratches?
Oh, very word I do.
Do you reckon this is a good lucky spot?
Well, it has been for me.
Has it?
Especially,
One now.
I think the man. How much for one?
$15.60.
Yeah, beauty. Oh yeah, I think it's your husband, isn't it, love?
It's not my husband, but no.
That he's my lucky.
Yes.
I like him to serve me or touch me ticket or something
Yeah?
because he brings me luck.
You come here every day? No.
Oh, just about.
Do you?
Yeah, just about.
So you buy various things,
Yeah.
different types of lucky chance things.
Yeah, I think lotto and
Yeah.
sometimes a scratchy.
Right.
Yeah.
And you do reasonably well.
I wouldn't say reasonably well,
What would you
but
say?
I do, I
Okay.
suppose. Okay, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do okay. I don't want to tell you just exactly
No,
how
no.
much I
No,
get,
no.
love,
I know,
because
no.
if John Howard finds out,
My name's Andrew, by the way.
Yeah.
What's your name?
do I have to say?
You-
Yeah,
no,
just
no,
call
no.
me Ronnie.
Ronnie, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a local?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you buy lottery tickets and scratches and things as a habit, or because you think you're going to be lucky, or
Just hoping
just hoping?
to strike it lucky.
Yeah. What would you do if you did strike it lucky?
Oh, God,
I mean-
love, I'll probably take you out and we could paint the town rainbow coloured.
Ah, I see. That's the kind of
Oh,
girl you are.
That's the kind of girl I am.
What stands out in your life of event here? The things have happened to you.
Here in Ipswich.
Yeah.
I don't
Got
know.
married?
No, I didn't. My husband was a Mexican. He came over the border. He was a Victorian.
He came
Oh.
over the border
Oh,
from...
Melbourne. When
Yeah. Not the Mexican border.
yeah, I did actually. Yes, I did get married here because we done everything. We were together 43 years,
Yeah.
and I've just lost him. He died of a brain
Oh.
tumour on the 21st of June.
I'm sorry to hear
But
that.
we lived together because my mother always said, always try before you buy. And that's what I did. So we lived together, Christ, for about 15 years. We had 3 kids.
Yeah.
Then we got 2 grandkids. And he woke up one morning and he said, do you want to get married?
Out of the blue like that.
Out of the blue like that. I said, well, whatever turns you're on. You know, we can have a bit of a party.
Yeah.
So we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing changed. No more babies. Which I was thankful for.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You had enough.
I don't know bloody hell. Well, love, I'm one of 14.
Yeah.
I got 6 sisters and 7 brothers. And as I say, there was no TV out in those days. We had to listen to Granny Ludlow on the wireless. Would you remember Granny Ludlow?
I don't, but then I wasn't in Australia those days.
Where are you from?
I was born in Hungary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have...
They didn't have
No,
Granny over there then. Oh, they most certainly had
No,
her.
no, they didn't.
Yeah.
So, now you're probably feeling a bit lonely after your
Who, me?
husband's gone.
No, I'm not lonely. I'm having the ball.
It's good.
Oh, yes, I got my freedom now. I'm a free agent. No more dirty underpants to wash, or don't have to get up and kick in the ribs and
Yeah.
say, come on, it's time for breakfast. No way, love.
So this is a whole new life for you,
Oh, my bloody oath it is.
and you're going to enjoy it. You are enjoying it.
Oh, my bloody oath I am. Oh, my word, yes. Yeah.
Very good. What do you do? What do you? Is there a club that you go to?
Oh, I go here, there and everywhere.
Yeah.
I, space myself around.
Yeah.
I give everyone the pleasure of my company.
Glad to hear it. Very good. So good luck with the tickets.
Thank you. Well, I hope I win and you don't, because I reckon I'll need it more than you.
I reckon you're right.
Okay, darling. Nice to meet you.
Thanks.
Who are you?
My name's Andrew.
Andrew.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
from SBS.
It's... Oh, are you? I like old SBS,
good.
especially all those rude movies,
Do you?
early hours in the morning. Hey? Do you ever watch them?
Me? I don't
Yeah.
have time to watch. I'm too tired to watch movies in the morning.
Bull. Bull.